There's something I want to take up with you, Sridhar, and you and I have discussed this before. You have Project Snowwork. And the idea is that you have this big customer base that goes from running agents that give you answers to running workloads. And I go back to, is an agent that only gives answers actually an agent? Is it a real piece of agentic AI that acts with autonomy? It seems like now we're getting to that part.
Yeah, I mean, agent is a loose term for what it's worth.
It is a loose term.
It's all about, it's fundamentally about AI models using tools and learning from how they are using it. And for example, our first generation of agents was Snowflake Intelligence, which gave analytic insights into data. And then Cortex Code made acting on Snowflake a lot easier. Snowwork is a natural culmination. What it's able to do is take the 100 tabs that you have open on your computer and create a single environment that brings together things like that. So not only can you get information about something you want, how is the customer doing, but you can also take an action, send them an email, or make a recommendation for them. It's that power that's increasing by the day as AI models get stronger and stronger.
The idea, every time you go to an event like HumanX, you're trying to say, what is the thing that people are excited about or they're talking about? And one of the concepts is you go to bed and you leave your computer to do work overnight and you wake up to tangible results. Is that the idea with this?
That can be. It's one of the consequences. We've always had scheduled things like scheduled reports. I'm sure you get something in the morning that's like a summary of all of the things that you should know. You can think of agents as a very similar
But that summary hasn't taken an action. It hasn't performed a piece of work on my behalf.
That's right. But with these agents, absolutely, you can. I have people that are writing code 24/7. They just set the agent on the task of writing new code to get some feature done. And they give it some instructions, come back, check in the morning. I think absolutely. These agents are getting better and better at taking actions on your behalf. But part of the magic is, how do you do that in a governed way? How do you have a control plane that says these kinds of actions are fine, but those have large outside world consequence? They really need to be subject to human scrutiny. Increasingly, that's going to be what is needed to make AI succeed at scale.
Outside world consequences. You are the man to speak to today about, well, the furor, the concern, the anxiety of the latest Anthropic model that is being stress tested by 40 tech companies because it's so powerful it can't get into the hands of us mere mortals. Sridhar, what do you make about the step changes that we're seeing in models right now and how powerful they're becoming?
I think the impact that they're having on software is profound. Software is getting easier to create. And this also means that people can create value faster. I think Anthropic is doing an incredibly responsible thing by taking a model like that, which has breakthrough capabilities, especially in code generation, and giving it to a set of their closest partners to ensure that when it comes to security, for example, we are able to plug gaps. Security has always been a difficult, hand-done, human-led kind of motion. And I actually think of this as a big advance where we can systematically make all of our systems that are so critical for our nation, for our own survival, a lot more stronger. I actually see this as a positive outcome.
You were at the cutting edge of models. Of course, you were the co-founder of Neva. You came onto Snowflake, and you worked for a long time at Google. I'm interested actually in how you're finding the narrative around Snowflake right now. We actually had the top of the show, Brooke Danon from Goldman Sachs Asset Management. They love Snowflake. And in particular, they're liking and wanting to see from application names and from software companies, well, more cost optimization, more capital return. Is that something you're having to think about when you've got some of your coders working 24 hours because they're able to just plug and play while they sleep? How is that affecting your costs?
Well, I think the return that we get from investing in AI comes back to us many fold. Used to be last year, we had maybe a dozen demos that we would show our customers. They were all kind of cookie cutter. But today, I, and my sales team is a lot more capable, can generate a demo for you in 10 minutes if I want. And that is a lot more personal. It's much more relevant to your business. AI is making a real difference in how we show people what is possible with Snowflake. And we are getting huge returns in areas like support, or even our what we call our SRE team. This is a team that keeps Snowflake, the system, up. They're using the power of agentic AI to be a lot more effective. Yes, AI has costs, but the returns we get from it, problems that used to take multiple days to debug and get to the bottom of, we can get answers now in 10 to 15 minutes. There is cost, but I think the returns are more than worth it, definitely for us and for a lot of our customers that are able to do things that honestly were just inconceivable just like a year ago, where companies like United Rentals basically just released an app to their 1,600 branches, and whatever questions these branches have about the current state of the business, they can just get it interactively. That is game-changing for them.
That's Bloomberg Intelligence, our in-house research arm's thesis, that as company use of agents grows, you will benefit. Just very quickly, where are you seeing that ring true the most?
Beautiful part right now is across the data lifecycle. It's increasing migrations because getting data into a place like Snowflake, where the data is AI-ready, has an added impetus because of AI. It's also automating the process of migration. So people are bringing in more data sets. They're building more with products like Snowflake Intelligence because they can get value faster, distributed more broadly. Just here, I wanted to look up what exactly is United Rentals doing in other areas. That was just a single question into my Snowflake Intelligence app that's right on my phone. That's value when I want it, where I want it. That's the kind of thing that every CEO that I show this to wants, because they want those insights to be available at their fingertips. So it's actually a broad acceleration across many, many things that we do. And as models like Mythos come along, we are able to take advantage of them in our products and get our customers to do even more with Snowflake.